What if I told you that you didn't need to choose? What I wish I knew when I started my business 5 years ago was that I could have the best of both worlds. I could play in both the realm of business owner, entrepreneur, selling my own services, products, coaching, while at the same time playing influencer, doing things like brand deals. I did not need to choose one or the other. And in fact, I personally would find so much more financial stability to scale me to 6 figures by doing both. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're probably similar to me, where choosing one niche, there's so much resistance because it feels like it's shoving you in a box and it sounds boring. And a lot of the experts are gonna say the riches are in the niches or the niches, which, yes, there is some truth to that statement, but what good is that if you niche down, you only do one thing? Maybe it makes you money, but in the end you burn out and you can't see yourself talking about the same one topic year after year for over a decade. Multi-passionates, we're often looked at as chaotic, like we're all over the place, that we don't know what we want, that we're super confused. But what if being multi-passionate and wanting to have the best of both worlds was your own superpower? It's your superpower because when one of your streams of income is slower, which is gonna happen, which is normal, that's the name of the game of business, you're gonna have slow seasons. Guess what? You have your other streams of income to lean on. This is, again, why I've built so much financial stability and compounding income over the past 5 years, because I'll go through, I have like 5 streams, if not more, that I can count on versus just, if I only did coaching or only did UGC or only did brand deals, if that was slow, then I would be kind of effed. You are new here. This is my podcast called It's Bailey. It's on Spotify, Apple, all your good podcast streaming services, but the video version is here on YouTube. I'm so glad you're here. It's where business and faith combines with hormones and health. And just to go into my multi-passionate background, almost 5 years ago, I started my fitness coaching company. It used to be like super niche into fitness, body positivity, etc. But now it's really, and I only ever sold one-on-one coaching. Now it's really developed into this beautiful thing that encompasses acne, painful periods, body recomposition. And I also do so many brand deals. A large chunk of my income is from brand deals on top of my coaching. And then I also have my business coaching company, which is like a mix of business and faith. Again, none of these have like one very specific niche, but they all work really well. And then I also have a pet influencing page that has made me really good money as well. So I truly fit in that multi-passionate category. And I do sell my own coaching services, memberships, but I'm just looking at my laptop because I have them all written down. That's like my main moneymaker, is the things that I sell, because I make 100% of that income minus like what taxes take and what like Stripe and Stand Store takes. So the bulk of my income is from what I personally sell, but I still make thousands and thousands a month from brand deals. That's gonna be like my next money making stream. So where I'm posting on my personal pages promoting another company's product or service, which that does not take away from me selling my own, because they're completely different products, which is a big thing. Some business coaches will say that like it waters down what you're selling. Absolutely doesn't. Then is UGC, user generated content. This is where you are creating content and ads essentially for other brands to use. Third stream of income is going to be like affiliate. So through Amazon storefront, other girls will have like that link like L2K. In my pet influencing page, I partner with like a pretty well-known dog trainer selling her dog training, like her virtual dog training, which I used for Isla, which has made, I think that's made me almost $6,000 this year from doing that, which is such a good extra stream of income. TikTok shop, also getting paid per view on TikTok, but also on Instagram for my carousels. And then something new, I just monetized my podcast on Spotify and Apple, which is so exciting. And then eventually my YouTube will be another stream of income. So I'm the stream of income queen, and I truly love it because, like I said, if I have a slow season in business, I have my brand deals. If my brand deals are slow, I have my business. It's a win-win situation, and my income just compounds more because of it. So we love to see it. It is truly our superpower. And I've been told time after time again, like you have, to choose one thing that I would be watering down my brand, watering down my business. That I would be supporting growing someone else's business instead of my own if I did brand deals, but absolutely not. It is not taken away at all whatsoever for me signing on clients in my coaching programs, memberships, etc. How do I mix all of these things together without having a uber confusing brand and business? I'm going to tell you. Okay, this is going to be a quick little commercial break for my own coaching program called the Crown Collective Membership. Inside of CCM, Crown Collective Membership, I help God-led entrepreneurs scale to consistent 5 to 10K plus months without shoving themselves in a box while honoring their multi-passionate self. So if that is you, I'd love to have you inside. Okay, going back to the video. Number one, the thing that's helped me build a cohesive brand that's made me multiple six figures is my lens method. This method, write this down. This could be like a paid training. This is gold. So number one of the lens method, also I'm looking at my laptop. Number one of the lens method is L, leading topic. In your brand, what are your leading topics? So more than one, the things that you are known for. The key here is you want the things you're known for to relate to the same ideal client or ideal customer or ideal follower. This is where you may make multiple pages like me. So my ideal client or follower for my health business, for my business coaching business, for my pet influencing page are all quite vastly different. That is why I have them separated on different pages. So that is like the main question you need to ask yourself. These leading topics, do they all relate to the same person? Now, where I'm kind of going rogue is on my Spotify, obviously, or on my Spotify, on my podcast and YouTube, I kind of talk about all these things. We're going to see how that works. But for the most part, if you are going to have a completely different ideal customer and client and follower, that is where I'd separate the pages. But within each of my pages, I have my leading topics. So in my health coaching business, my leading topics are adult acne, regulating your period, and body recomposition. Sometimes like I used to be a lot of me talking about getting off of birth control. So I'd say those are like my 4 leading topics. The things I hammer into when people see my page, they're like, yeah, that's Bailey. And brands really love that. I land so many brand deals in my health coaching business where I feel like a lot of other health coaches don't, because I have these leading topics I hammer into. So these are like my niches, but I don't feel confined because I'm talking about all the things I want to talk about. And they can always change too. I knew if I just talked about acne or just talked about irregular periods, down the line, I'd get bored. But talking about all of these things really encompasses like who I am, what I like to teach on in my brand as a whole, like what I help my clients with as a whole. And because of these leading topics, I have company like skincare lines, hormone monitor companies that are like, ooh, she's known for these things. So let's have her, do a brand deal and get paid really well for it. So we have our leading topics. I would say this should be anywhere between like 2 to 5 things. And again, you want to ask yourself that question. Do these things all speak to the same person? If not, maybe you need to make separate pages, which is fine. You can make separate pages. Number 2, the thing that's really going to tie all of these leading topics together is having the same end goal. So in my health business, again, acne, irregular periods, body comp, the same end goal is healing the root cause without being an almond mom. So it's clearing your acne naturally, regulating your period without birth control, building the body of your dreams without having to go on peptides and be an almond mom. So it's all the same common goal in the end is to build your hottest, most hormone balanced body naturally, but without being like this almond mom freak. And then number 3 is going to be your common enemy, kind of the opposite of your common goal. Again, ties everything together. Nemesis. Sorry, guys. Common enemy is your nemesis. So what is your company's, what is your brand's nemesis? So in my health business, the nemesis is Western medicine. Of course, like I think some Western medicine is okay, but is a Western medicine where it's like doctors gaslighting you, pill pushing you to birth control, telling you that you're fine, that everything's in your head, and just going to that quick fix band-aid of a medication versus fixing the root cause. So that's going to be my company's nemesis, as well as like almond mom mentality. So thinking that you need to go gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, never eat Taco Bell if you want to heal. That's going to be the thing that, again, these both the common goal and the common enemy. So the nemesis and the end goal are all, like those things are tying all my leading topics together. And then S is going to be my signature perspective. This is how I'm approaching my leading topics that's different than everyone else. This is going to have an infusion. This is going to include like my morals, my beliefs, my personality, my life story, what I've been through is going to make me approach all those leading topics so differently than the other person. And again, it ties everything together. So I want you to go through this lens method for yourself. So leading topics, end goal, nemesis, signature perspective. This is what's going to create that cohesive brand. Something else I wanted to touch on is also too that as a business owner, when you are selling your own coaching, products, memberships, whatever your business is, other companies love that because they know you know how to sell a product, like you're good at marketing things, and people are already buying your stuff. So they're going to pay you big bucks to do brand deals or even like to create UGC for them because you already know how to sell stuff. That is one of my biggest selling points in my portfolio. When I talk to brands, I'm not just some person who's never sold things before. I've generated multiple six figures in a short amount of time for my own products. Even if you generated like $1,000 for yourself, like you know how to make sales through content already, which gives you the upper hand compared to other people when it comes to them choosing like people to do brand deals and UGC, affiliate, whatever. Something else that's been really helpful in landing brand deals, which is going to seem so simple, and it is having your email in your bio. Please, if you want to do brand deals, have your email in your bio. A lot of times we think, oh, they'll reach out via DMs, but I would say 99% of the companies who I've worked with time after time again, who pay me really well, 4 figures, like I'm in a retainer with them, they emailed me. And it's not even when I had a ton of followers. On my pet influencing page, my Instagram was like 2,500 followers, and I'm getting brand deals that are, over $300-400. So have your email in your freaking bio. The last thing I kind of want to mention, another little random point, is as an entrepreneur, playing in more of the influencer realm has really helped me talk more naturally to the camera, because as entrepreneurs, it can be really easy to create content and be like, these are 5 things you're doing to blah, 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 blah. Like you put on almost this like professional, more robotic marketing vibe when you film. But I find when you start playing in the influencer realm and you're also sharing more influencer type content, you're doing more brand deals, it really opens up this box of creativity, and it helps you talk to your audience more like a friend, like you're on a FaceTime, which will help you land more sales in your business and help so much with just your content in general when you don't constantly have this professional like blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like doing brand deals has really helped me just like soften and relax and just be more myself and not having to have this like business persona online, because people tend to connect with you more when you don't have this professional wall between you and them. So I think that's everything. That's everything I wanted to share today. I just wanted to give you guys that reminder that you can play in the best of both worlds and how you can use the lens method to build that cohesive brand, and that as a multi-passionate, you don't have to be chaotic. You don't have to be confusing. Your multi-passionateness is your superpower, and you're going to be more financially stable because of it. So if you enjoyed this YouTube video, this podcast episode, I'd love to have you as a follower, a subscriber, and I will talk to you so soon.